platforms, but we should be going live on Twitch in a hot min. Oh.
Yeah, live now. You can see it.
Can you see yourself? Is it all weird?
Always weird when I see myself.
See, because normally when I'm setting up these things on my own, like the stream and everything, what I'll do is I'll do the little we're setting up, and then while it's streaming that, I can go press all the buttons. But I just need to make sure all the buttons are pressed.
Pressing the right buttons, but not necessarily the right order.
Yeah. Alright, cool. Hey, Foxbird, how's it going? Welcome to the Friday Talisman stream, where we're going to be playing some Talisman Digital Edition, funnily enough. And I'm joined by Carl Jackson, who's the design director here at Nomad.
Hello.
So yeah, we're going to play some Talisman Digital Edition. I'm going to make sure that Carl's video isn't freezing, because it seems to be doing that quite a bit, which is quite annoying.
Or am I just really, really still?
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely a possibility. Alright, so I'm going to keep an eye on Carl to make sure that he doesn't become frozen in time. And if he does become frozen in time and I don't notice, anyone in the chat wants to poke me, feel free to do so. Alright, let's set up a Talisman game. So it was Tom and Jethro, but now it's Tom and Carl. So I should be able to invite you straight up, shouldn't I?
Are you doing a private game?
Yes.
Alright.
I can't see which one of these is you. You're not JC. You're not the caveman. Which one are you on Steam?
Which one am I?
Yeah.
My username?
Yeah.
Jackson58.
Oh, is it because you're not because you're appearing offline, so I can't
Am I?
You are.
Sorry.
You're secretly not on there. There we go.
Right, I'm online now.
So now I've been given the option, because before it was like, well, he's not online, so you can't invite him. I was like, well, he is online, because I'm sitting here waiting for him. Alright, cool. Diviner of Fates versus Hoarder. The classic showdown. Carl's a touch quiet. Alright. That should be a little bit better. I've upped Carl volume to make it seem
yeah, I'll try and speak up a little bit as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Should be alright, because I've got the it shows me all my audio inputs along the bottom in OBS, and I've now changed it so that when you speak, it's pretty much the same as how I was speaking. So yeah, we're playing some Talisman. Any preference for what we play with?
You know what? Something we could do is a sudden death game. In the house rules, there's a sudden death option which allows you to choose how many rounds the game lasts for. And then at the end of those rounds, it does a total score for each player based on how many things that you collected along the way.
Yeah.
So that way we can kind of, we know that the end of the game is coming. And it's exciting.
Yeah, because normally I'll do 2 hours worth of streaming, and you never finish a Talisman game in 2 hours. Never the case. Online timeout, game speed fastest. No more lives?
Yeah, we might not even get that far, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
We have no lives.
I put incremental value on the trophies as well.
Right. Okay.
And we start at 5 because I feel like that balances the game a little bit better. Just
Yeah.
in my
Okay.
opinion. Cool. So I think, yeah, with that many AI, yeah, and then the ending, just crown a command. Cool.
Okay. Are you a random character?
I've done it so that it's. How have I done it? You get to choose from 5 possible characters.
All right. Okay.
Because I feel like that's a bit more fun.
How many rounds are we playing then? What did you choose?
I choose 20. Is that too many?
No, it's probably okay.
Cool.
20 rounds is probably an hour.
That's good because you can't go lower than 20.
No.
All right, cool. Let's start. First of all, the best username ever. Fromage in Rage. Not taking no more lives can leave the player at the crown in a very dire situation. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's one of the reasons that we put it in, right? Like, as a house rule.
We're no stranger to dire situations in this game.
Yeah. But yeah, like, in terms of adding those house rules, I mean, a lot of it was due to community requests, I'm guessing, but a lot of it was, oh, well, this might fix a bit of an issue that sometimes comes up, like getting stuck on the crowner command, right?
Yeah. They all help in some way. Who are you going to be?
Don't know. Don't want to be the warrior because he's a bit boring. I'm going to be the great.
I love the warrior's pose, though. He's kind of fighting one way, but kind of moving the other way.
Yeah. He looks like he's got back problems. I think that's my take on the warrior.
It's all the stuff he carries around.
Problems. Alright, cool. Who are you going to be?
Who am I going to be?
Hi, Descendos. Welcome to the Chill Talisman design / hangout stream.
Hi, Descendos. Long time no speak.
Yeah.
I might be.
A dragjack hiding.
I might be the druid.
Yeah.
Or the dark cultist.
Commit to
I'll go the druid because he's an old man. So.
Yeah. And he's got some gnarly hair.
Yeah, I remember hair.
Well, I appreciate anyone that like has enough hair and a big enough beard that it all just becomes one giant mass.
Yeah.
Like you can't tell where his hair ends and the beard begins.
Druid doesn't like to talk about his hair. It's a bit of a grey area.
It's going to be that kind of stream.
Yeah.
I knew there was a reason I don't invite you all that often.
Dad jokes.
Fromage and Rage, the eye tends to rush there, and has only 1 in 2 chance of dealing 1 damage. Meanwhile, I'm out there with my everfull purse and physician. Fair. Just slowly making your way to the AI.
So because this is a sudden death game, the focus is slightly different. You need to try and focus on collecting things, really.
Yeah.
So objects, followers, increasing your stats, gold, because all those things are added up and you get a score at the end. Yep. So I think when there's 10 rounds left, we get a pop-up reminder that there's only 10 rounds to go, and it gives you the current score.
Cool.
And then again after 5, when there's 5 rounds left. So start to crank up the stress as it gets towards the end.
That makes sense. Is everything worth the same amount of points, by the way?
Yeah, you get 1 point per object, 1 per gold, 1 per follower. So yeah, everything's worth 1. Trying to remember which things contribute points. It's mostly just the things that you gain. whether it's stats, gold, followers, objects, possibly trophies that you're left with as well. I can't remember if you've not handed them in.
Fair enough.
Wow, have we got everything switched on?
I don't think we've got everything switched on. I think there's a couple things, like we haven't got the dragon expansion. I don't think we've got any of the digital exclusive, but we've got all the corners. We've got Blood Moon and Frost March, and I think Sacred Pool.
Right.
So we've got most of it, but not absolutely everything. No Cataclysm now. No Cataclysm. But we do have the Harbinger on. Fight.
Why not? Why not?
Because you might lose. That's why not.
No.
Oh.
Well, will I? Well. There you go.
Well, you won't lose, but you also won't win. So.
Just sort of being aggressive really early on for no reason whatsoever.
You're sending a message.
Yeah.
All about sending a message.
Yeah. You wanna tangle with me and my beard? You best be prepared to roll some dice.
You best bring a really big comb because it's very tangled. Yeah. If anyone in the chat has any cool design questions or uncool design questions, feel free to fire away because Carl's the design man.
Well, yeah. At Nomad Games, we do kind of share the design around a lot as well. We get some great input from all the team, and we've had some people have some great ideas in the past. Especially when we were doing the digital exclusive expansions, there was a lot of work from the team in those. It was great. It was good coming up with those.
So you're very.
Someone's asking about Timescape.
Yeah, when's Timescape happening, Carl?
Timescape did happen, and then we kind of went back in time to when it didn't happen, and we've kind of got stuck into some sort of timey-wimey loopy thing. So, yeah, we can just say it has happened. You just can't see it.
Timescape's always happening. That's the secret.
Yeah, we are within the timescape.
Yeah, the timescape's all around you.
Yeah.
Just look at your watch, you're in a timescape. Jetho says, I think I updated the timed guide to include a bunch of other things. Beast rewards, destinies, quest rewards, etc. Okay, so you do get points for like destinies and quest rewards. That makes sense.
That's going to be one packed scoring screen at the end then.
Yeah. So I can go. Let's go to the woods.
Are you going down to the woods today already?
I'm going down to the woods today. And I don't know how many surprises I'm going to be in for, but...
It's all going on in the woods. Is there 4 characters in the woods already?
Yeah, people love woods.
I feel like I missed it out. Even the Reaper's on his way there.
We've literally all abandoned you to just head into the woods.
Alright, just me and Exorcist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Since board games are generally already pre-designed, what's the main thing you design when you adapt it?
It's a very good question. It's mostly the user experience. So, although the rules are in place, the rules don't always suit digital adaptations. You sometimes need to make some assumptions and things like, well, especially in Talisman, like if it says you may do something, for example, that's a good one. There's a lot of cards that say you may do something. And if we were to interrupt the game constantly, allowing the player to have a may choice, then it would just slow the game down. So we look at things like that and just see where we can speed things up, keep things running smoothly.
Yeah.
And just make it a good experience for the players.
Nice.
Good question, though.
And Fromage and Rage says the AI is super weird. The AI does make some funky decisions sometimes, but I think that's part of the charm.
Yeah, I mean, players do.
Yeah,
In all my years of playing this online with players, you do see people, and it can be accidental sometimes, but you do see players doing odd things to try something out. With there being so many random elements, I think in this game, sometimes doing something weird can result in a surprise positive effect. It's
yeah,
just the AI is weird, but there are so many permutations of what can happen in this game. They've got an awful lot to think about. I mean, when I'm playing, I tend to just roll the dice, move, and just see what happens. I don't think too much about it.
yeah,
Just sort of enjoy the journey.
yeah. Whereas the AI's got to actually make decisions. It can't just be like, oh, whatever. Just go along with it, because then you'd end up with AI that just doesn't make any sense at all. At least our AI. You can tell it's like going for a certain thing or has a certain goal in mind.
Yeah, and sometimes, in the past we've seen where the AI might have. So when the AI rolls the dice and it has various choices, you quite often don't see the things that it didn't pick. So when it goes and say if it goes to stand on the graveyard and loses a life, if it's got quite a few lives, that's not necessarily a bad thing because its alternative could have been worse.
Yeah.
Whereas people just see that it went to the graveyard and lost a life and think it's made a poor decision, but it might not have done.
That makes sense. Foxbird says, "Oh, this is a question I love. Any favourite development bug stories?"
Well, there's been thousands of bugs.
So trying to pick a favourite.
Yeah, it's like choosing from your favourite children.
But your children just like glitch around the room.
That's the best kind of children.
Like T-posing.
No, actually, we did in the very very early days. We there was a bug that kept coming up where the deck was never shuffled, and the last thing in our deck list was the witch, I think, or an axe or something like that. And so every game you'd always be getting the witch and an axe at the very beginning, and you knew something had gone wrong with the deck shuffling. It was silly at first, but it became quite funny because you knew something had happened.
Yeah.
And the result was a surprise witch appears. It's quite funny.
That is quite good.
I'm going to risk my luck at the Enchantress. The image of the Enchantress is actually based on an artist who came to work for us temporarily to do some of the art for these characters that are not on the board game, in the board game, like the Enchantress. And it actually looks like her. That is what she looks like.
Nice. Yeah, because there is. I'd like to think she turned up to work at the Nomad office dressed like that as well. She's like, yeah, it's just my normal clothes. What you on about?
I'm just here to add myself to the game, get out of my way.
Yeah. I'm also slightly on fire sometimes. Don't mind that. But yeah, because in the original physical board game, there are no characters for those spaces on the board, is there?
No, it's just a line of text.
Yeah.
So, I think we all managed to squeeze in there somewhere, some of us anyway.
Yeah.
I think I'm the alchemist at the city.
So we're all
some of the other guys who were there at the time are in there as well.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not, because I joined Nomad after that was a thing. So there's no secret Tom lurking anywhere in Talisman.
We can pretend you're in there. If you zoom in on the Sentinel space, there's a really really tiny little man confronting the Sentinel. I don't know if you've ever noticed that.
Yeah.
Have a look next time it's your go. You can pretend that's you because you can't see his face.
Yeah, cool. You heard it here first, folks. That's official Talisman lore. The tiny person going after the Sentinel is me. Theo comes in with, "Happy Friday. Just got off my morning meeting, so I'm not sure if it was already answered, but why were you not on stream yesterday?"
Yeah, Tom. Where were you yesterday? Tom.
I know. I had some stuff that I needed to catch up with and do, and it turns out spending 5 days a week, streaming every single day means that the amount of stuff that you can do in a day does decrease. So I was like, probably just take one day where I can just make sure all the stuff I need to get done gets done. Yeah, that's why. It's also
What were you
weird
meant
that...
to be streaming yesterday?
Yeah.
What game are you meant to be
Mystic Vale.
streaming? So we'll call that a mystic fail then.
That was a mystic fail. Yeah, it was weird because that's the one day a week that we normally do the stream, and it was the only day this week that haven't streamed. So it's this week's reverse week.
Oh yeah.
Tom just wanted to reverse the usual week. See, he knows what the plan was. That definitely was the plan. It wasn't the plan.
Fire and salt shall rain down, slaying the wicked. Each character must kill one of their followers, then discard top omen along with this card. Oh, I don't have followers.
You'd think fire would be enough. You don't think that people would need to put salt on it as well?
Unless your follower is a slug. A giant slug, because that would work.
My follower is a burnable stick and a slug.
Well, I'm alright, but that's nasty for some people.
That's right. Salt on the wound. Place a random terrain card on their space. Ruins, plains, desert, woods, Acropolis, fields. How many different terrain spaces actually are there? There's quite a good handful of them, isn't there?
About 8-ish, I think.
Yeah.
I can't remember off the top of my head.
That sounds about right. Twain says it's okay, we've got 2 streams of Talisman. We do. Loading up on the Talisman streams.
Oh, I've got a Colossus. That's one of the best followers. I'm glad he didn't fall to some
good.
fire and salt.
Which denizen is the most handsome and why is it the Inquisitor?
Yeah, I think the Inquisitor is the most handsome. Why, though?
What makes him so handsome?
Very subjective.
Yeah. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, after all. Or in the eye of the Inquisitor.
No one was expecting the Talisman Inquisition.
Yeah. No one was expecting the handsome Inquisition. Question. When you walk into the weapon shop in the city with 1 gold in your pocket, you have to buy something. A stiletto, that is. There is the fact there's no leave shop above, which is part of the rules. I think it is part of the rules, isn't it? Because you're choosing to go into the shop in the city. Because you have to actually choose to go into it, right?
It is part of the rules, yeah. I think if you can interact with a shop and follow its instructions, and you do go there, then you do have to follow its instructions.
Yeah.
Which is not very realistic. I mean, I've been into many shops in my life where I felt obliged to buy something, especially when the shopkeepers are kind of giving you that look where you've made eye contact and then you feel like you have to buy something from them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
The guy in the city is just really good at eye contact.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine what a world we'd live in if every single shop that you went into, you had to buy something.
Yeah. You'd have enough stuff to set up your own shop.
Yeah. It'd absolutely destroy window shopping. I'd like a pool of fortitude, please. Gain strength. That feeling of guilt that when you leave a shop without having bought anything. See, I wonder how many other people actually do feel guilty, because I don't feel that bad If I walked into a shop just to like see what they've got and they don't have anything, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I feel guilty now. I'll just be like, well, maybe if you had something, I would have bought something.
Depends what they sell.
Yeah, it's true. Like I don't want to buy something just for the sake of buying something.
And if you go into a charity shop and you don't buy anything, then you're bad.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You should feel bad.
Yeah. They have a team.
You should be buying charity.
They have a team of people standing outside the door, and anyone that goes by and hasn't bought anything, they just boo as they go past.
Yeah.
The Phantom. Not of the opera. Definitely no resemblance to anything. Anything that's owned by any kind of company. It's just a phantom with half his face burnt off, but no relation to anything.
Speaking of skulls, I don't know if you can see my pencil. I went to the birthplace of Shakespeare last week. I went to the gift shop, and they sell Shakespeare-themed pencils, and this is just a pencil with the Hamlet skull at the end of it.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, "Oh, it's just shaped after Shakespeare's skull."
Well, it could be, because I mean, he probably looks like that now. But so yeah, so I bought this pencil, and I asked the shopkeeper whether it was 2B or not 2B, but I don't think she understood.
No, that was definitely the problem. The problem was that she didn't understand the joke.
Not that it was a poor quality joke, or that she's heard it every single day since she started working. I mean, I think that was a shopkeeper that actually wanted me to leave.
Yeah. She's like, please don't spend anything. Please take your money elsewhere.
You can have the pencil, just go.
Oh. That's right. I bet she wakes up every single morning and going, if someone says that to me again. If someone says it again, I'm quitting and moving to the mountains.
Alas, poor Yorick. Yeah, the pencil does say that on it. Alas, poor Yorick.
Does it say turned into a pencil topper?
Yeah, it's not a way to go, is it?
No. See, I sometimes wonder about stuff like that. Like, if Shakespeare was alive now, first of all, he wouldn't look that great. But if you found out that people were just like, go into the Shakespeare gift shop, get yourself a little treat, you'd be like, that's weird.
Well, he would think it was weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But he'd be like 500 years old or something. So
that's true.
Hang on. When was it? Can't remember how long ago it was. Quite a while ago.
Don't want to be enslaved. But I do want a craft. That's much better than being enslaved. But yeah, like imagine if you could travel 200 years into the future and then you found a Carl gift shop. They were selling little Carl action figures.
Or they were selling Shakespeare-themed pencils as once seen by Carl on a Twitch stream.
Yeah. It's the famous pencil topper that he showed on Twitch.
The same, the very one.
Yeah. No, they've got the real one in like one of those glass display cases.
I'm going to go to the tavern.
Nice.
And see what happens.
Drink it up.
I realised the other day, the swashbuckler, I think it is, gets a +1 to their dice roll at the tavern, which means they never miss a turn if they choose to use it. But I realised it probably means that they can really handle their drink, and so they don't get drunk.
No, that makes absolute sense.
Yeah, it does.
He's not going to collapse in the corner of a room because he's too hardy. He's buckling all that swash.
Oh. and no sooner did it talk about getting drunk and collapsing in the corner. So I've just gone and got drunk and collapsed in the corner.
Dribbling it all down your beard.
Yeah.
That horrible old man that sits in the corner of the pub.
I've dunked my beard into my frothy ale.
Descendos is asking, you guys thinking of doing something with Talisman Adventures? Short answer, no. Long answer, I don't know what we'd really do, because my understanding it's more like not an introduction to role-playing games, but it's it's very much a D&D style not choose your own adventure, that's a different thing. Very much a D&D style adventure game. So the only thing I could think that you'd be able to do with that is something like the Pathfinder games or Baldur's Gate, where it's literally, here's the rules from the tabletop game translated into a curated adventure. And I think that might be a bit too large for us to take on.
Yeah, that is the long answer. It's a really long answer.
That is the really long answer.
Yeah. The short answer is no.
Yeah. Oh, the Angel of Mercy, please. Giving them heals. Back up to max. Let's move the Grim Reaper. Let's put him in the graveyard, because that's where he belongs. He can just stay there. Let's move this guy here. Ooh, important question, actually. So when it counts your total points at the end, does it count the number of lives that you have, even if you started with them?
I think it counts the lives that you've gained above what you started with, I think.
Yeah.
Because the intention, this scoring method is listed at the back of the base game manual, so we took it straight from there. I can't remember the lives thing. I think the intention is to just score the things that you've gained along the way. So I think I don't think it would just be how many lives you've got. I think it's how many you've gained. Not sure about that.
Because then certain characters would like immediately have an advantage straight off the back. You'd be like, I'll choose the one with the most base stats.
Someone's asked about Timescape again. It's a good question.
I think people have been asking about Timescape in Talisman Digital Edition since 1988.
It's just for the proper answer, in case somebody's watching that hasn't seen what all the funny is about. We get asked this regularly, but we're not allowed to do the Timescape expansion, really. There are several reasons. It's mostly to do with rights and IP and copyright holders and things like that. It was a bit of an experimental time for Games Workshop, so they kind of implemented some things that don't really sit well with how Talisman is now. So we won't be doing Timescape, but it will still get asked about, which is fine. People are interested in it, which is good. But we can't do anything with it, really. No. Which is a shame.
I think the closest thing we could do is, like, it'd have to basically just be like a spiritual successor, if that's exactly what people want. But even then, the chances that would get approved for putting out is quite slim. But the exact timescape, no, it's not gonna happen. Timescape 2 2022.
I think the introduction of laser guns to Talisman would be interesting.
Yeah.
Bit OP, but
yeah,
could be fun.
Yeah, when you're fighting a wild boar and you use your laser gun and still lose, it's like, well, it's just a really, really weak laser gun.
Yeah, and maybe to even the things out, maybe some of the monsters would have to have laser guns strapped to their heads. Sharks with laser guns. There's a new concept.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, not likely, but if enough people, and people didn't keep asking about it, if there's enough interest in a slightly sci-fi themed thing, maybe, but it'd have to get all kinds of approval, so... Short answer, no.
Fromage Enrage says they've got every single achievement. That's unbelievable. That's an amazing
ridiculous.
achievement. To have every single achievement is really impressive. Some of these are extremely difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. Even I've not got all the achievements. I think I've got half of the achievements.
I've got 69%. So, nice. What I'm doing as well, by the way, is... Cat just knocked a bunch of crap over. My cat just tried to climb on something he really shouldn't have climbed on. And then...
You're having cat trouble?
Just knocked a bunch of stuff over right on my desk and then ran away. He's like, oh, what made that loud noise? I need to run away. Right.
Definitely was not them.
No.
I'm going to see what's inside this treasure chest. Because it's really heavy and I've been carrying it around for an entire round. So I want to see what's in it.
Really?
A trap. Oh, that must be a really heavy trap. Hang on, let me have another look. I don't think there is a trap in it. Let me have a look again.
2 gold. That's much better.
Two heavy pieces of gold. That'll do. I'll have them instead. Go back to the tavern.
Perfect crime. It wasn't the perfect crime because it's just a bunch of stuff got knocked over and I saw him do it. Yeah, what I was going to say is during the stream, I'm going to be taking note of all the cool people who are chatting in the comments, and then at some point later during the stream, I'm going to give away some Talisman Steam keys for a random lucky person. Because I know a lot of people that watch these streams have a lot of stuff already. Instead of just going, I'm going to give out a copy of the Ancient Beasts, because someone might win and go, I've got Ancient Beasts. Well, it was pointless. What I'll do is I'll choose a winner, and then out of all the different expansions that we've got, let me know which one you want. Feels like an easy way of doing it.
Sounds nice.
Geeky
Chappie's wrapped up 9,696 hours. That's a nice symmetrical number.
Yeah, you've got to stop now. You just have to stop, because otherwise you're going to have to play 60,000 hours to get it back to that symmetrical level.
60,000?
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds doable.
Alright, let's roll. Oh, I don't want to be a lycanthrope. Oh, yes. I'll give it to someone else. Who deserves it? Who's not a lycanthrope already? Look at that. 304 more hours and you'll be an expert. Yeah. Isn't that what they say? There's something about, like, if you spend 10,000 hours doing something, you're automatically an expert.
Depends what it is, or if it's banging your head against the wall. Well, I suppose you can still be an expert banging your head against the wall.
I know all the angles, I know the type of wall.
I know I shouldn't do it, but I'm still doing it.
Yeah. Every day since his early pre-release. Let's actually just roll the dice. And then let's go...
Don't go to the dessert.
Don't really want to go to the dessert. It's not a fun time. Alright.
It's me. We're in the 10th round already, which means I think we're halfway there.
So if you wanted to play 60,000 hours of Talisman Digital Edition, that would take you 6 years and 9 months. And that's not just you have to play it every day for 6 years, 9 months. That's 1 6-year, 9-month game of Talisman.
One game.
Maybe Firewalking the Spreading Flames ending is too much fun. So, Fromage and Rage has 327.8 hours. So that's an hour and 15 minutes per achievement. It's not bad.
If they, in Google Maps, how it shows you how long it takes to walk somewhere. It'd be good if you could type in that many hours and see how far you could walk in that many hours.
Yeah.
Like how far away that is that you could have walked to instead of playing
Depends
Talisman.
how fast you are.
Yeah.
If you're a power walker. Right. Let's have a look. How far can you walk?
Well, it depends where you start, but yeah, if you're on a really small island, you probably wouldn't get very far, would you?
Walk time calculator. Length of the walk in miles. No, I want to do... So I can put in the miles and then it'll tell me how long, but it won't tell me the other way around.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I mean, you should know from average walking speed. You'd think.
So I should be able to figure this out. No, don't think there is an easy way of doing it. You'd have to get someone with a calculator, and that's far beyond my skills. Right. Playing the board game since its current version has been released. Only been playing the Nomad version this year. Okay, so this is always quite interesting because we always wonder how people come to Talisman. Like, do they play the physical game and they're like, oh, I'll see if there's a digital version, or do they come to the digital version and then go, oh, I didn't realise this was actually a board game originally, or they find out about the physical version of the board game.
Yeah, it's an interesting one because when we first got into digital board games, there was a bit of a fear with board game publishers that making digital versions would eat into their physical sales. And it turned out not to be true. It actually kind of encourages, it's a nice way for somebody to try a physical game without buying, paying out the full cost of the physical game first.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of cheaper alternative and a good way to try it. But so a lot of people, I think, do try the digital game first and then go and buy the physical game.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially with something like Fury of Dracula, where it is quite hard to get hold of the physical game now. Like, if you are going to spend 50 quid on a game, sometimes it's better to just spend a little bit of money to see how much you like it. Piotr on YouTube asks, I'm still trying to figure out how to unlock the Avid Quester title. Either as an obscure unlock method or it is hidden behind a specific monthly challenge. We still got that list of all the titles and all their unlock requirements.
Yeah, I don't think any of them are hidden behind timed things. I don't think we would have done that. Have to have a look.
Yeah. Open up that spreadsheet. So Fromage and Rage has done the math for us. So 327 hours at 5 kilometers per hour, which is the average human walking speed, equals 1,635 kilometers. So you could leave Paris and end up in Tuscany.
But you can't get home again.
Yeah.
So you're kind of stuck in Tuscany, which is not so bad.
Yeah. And plus, that's assuming you roll a 6 all the way. Like, if you roll a 1, it's going to take even longer. Lol, sometimes it gets you to buy the physical game. It does. Like, I tried the digital version of Wingspan, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And now I have the physical copy of Wingspan.
I've always liked the look of Wingspan. I don't own it. I was always worried that I would eat the eggs, or try and eat the eggs, because they look like little chocolate eggs, don't they?
They do.
And I know you're not supposed to eat small parts, but when they say don't eat the small parts, you're kind of more tempted, aren't you? Like touching the wet paint.
It's like they're trying to keep the secret to themselves that they taste delicious.
Yeah.
So I am impressed though that you don't own a copy of Wingspan, considering how many board games you've got.
Yeah, and it looks like my kind of game as well. I don't know why. I've just never got around to it. It's here's the current.
Here's the standings.
Game standings. Where am I? Second to last. Well, I am beating a tree, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's true. So could be worse.
You're third, so I've only got 2 points, which is nice.
Right, need to take down the shapeshifter. I also like that it really does a good job of encouraging combat a lot more when you're playing like this. Because you can just sit there and go, oh, well, if I take something off you, that's a point for me, and you lose a point.
It's a 2-point swing.
Exactly. We love a 2-point swing. Let's go here. AI winning, confirmed AI better than human.
Well, yeah, I mean, that goes back to what we were talking about before. People think it makes silly decisions, but it's beaten us. Except for the tree. The tree's not beaten us.
Well, he's made out of wood, which makes for pretty terrible AI, to be fair.
Yeah.
So Dwayne says, board game first, but haven't touched it since playing your version, since it takes so much less time to set up the entire expansions, which sits in a 30-litre plastic tub. Fair. Like, I really enjoy the digital version of Gloomhaven. Do I want to spend all that money and all that time setting up Gloomhaven every time I want to play it? Probably not.
I like the idea of measuring a board game in litres.
Yeah.
Talisman is a 30-litre game. Oh, hang on. The corruption of hell has spread throughout the land. All characters roll 1 die. Each character with the lowest result becomes evil. Then place a Hell Pit's terrain card on the space of one of the characters with the lowest result. Whoa. It's weird how it says Hell on Earth, but I don't think this is Earth.
No. Should be Hell on Fantasyland?
Fantasyland?
Yeah. Hell on undisclosed location.
Talisman Island.
Yeah. What's it saying?
Well, I rolled a 1, so I think I'm about to be stood right in the middle of Hell on Earth.
What happens if there's a draw?
It just said one of the characters with the lowest result gets the terrain. So it might be me. I don't know, it's random.
You have to have, like, a final showdown. Let's find out. You get to choose.
I like how the Grave Robbers character card shows him holding a hand and then stealing a ring from that hand, as though instead of just, it's like he's digging up, and instead of just taking the ring, he's like, I'm going to take that hand. I like the look of that hand. I'll get the ring off it later.
The experience of taking it off the hand. That's very good. Don't know if I can talk about your competition. You can. We do. So feel free to do so. But I've been playing quite a lot of Gremlins Incorporated lately, which is digital only, but I really wish it existed in a physical version so I could play it with my friends. Yeah, there's quite a bit of... there's quite a few games that are like... You'd call them digital board games, but they're not actually based on a physical game that exists. Which is always really interesting, because they can do things that you wouldn't be able to do if it was a physical board game, and like they're not tied down by having to actually like print anything or make these complicated parts that you might need. So yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes they do end up it's weird because you're now seeing a massive increase in board games based on video games. So then you've got board games which are video games but don't exist as a board game. And you've got video games that do exist as a board game but aren't a board game originally. Yeah, weird.
I think digital game designers just saw the rise of physical board games, 10, 15 years ago, and just realised there were an awful lot of great sort of mechanics and game designs in physical board games, and just kind of been influenced by them, I think, into their digital games.
That makes sense. We've got some other comments in the chat. We've got transferring achievements from the old version to the new version doesn't seem to work. I've got 19 achievements listed, but 0 XP in the latest version of the app. Yeah, so if you had that when we were still with Asmodee, if you have a Nomad account now, that should have transferred over. But if you didn't do it, when was it, a year or two ago, when we were moving everyone over, some people did get lost in the shuffle, but it should be fairly easy to fix that. Alright, where am I going? My options are a knight, runes. Let's go for runes, because I don't want to lose a life to that man. Well, don't think I'm going to take him out. Think I might just auto lose.
The Howl of the Wendigo card that you just dismissed, I think. I'm sure there was a bug with that for a while. We were talking about bugs earlier on. So that card makes it so the next time you encounter someone, you have to fight them. And I'm sure we had a bug where that was constantly in effect, even after the card had been used and gone away. So it just turned into a huge battle, battle royale, free-for-all, because of this bug was making everyone fight each other. It was quite funny.
That is quite good.
See, I'm going to the Enchantress with no fate. Not a good idea. Oh, I have got fate, sorry. I was looking at the wrong box. 5, gain a strength.
Nice. That's a tasty point towards victory.
Just went to see the Enchantress and lifted some weights.
I do like the ice cap elk. Freaky elk, man.
What do you like about it?
The fact that it looks kind of undead, but also magical at the same time.
It looks quite angry as well. Maybe it's cold.
It's a good combination of a lot of different things happening in one elk. I think that's what I like about it. Because they could have just gone, oh, well, it's a frozen magical elk. But then they were like, well, no, it's also an angry frozen magical elk. And I'm like, oh, it's a slightly undead, frozen, sparkly magical elk. Just like forest goat. Just a goat.
Yeah. And maybe the ice cap elk's hungry as well and angry.
Like, you go down to a petting zoo, you'll see that goat. If you go down to a petting zoo and they've got a frost, sparkly, undead, angry elk, well, this is worth my money.
That's a good petting zoo.
That is a good petting zoo. That's the sign of a quality petting zoo. It's annoying that they couldn't transfer your progress, but I guess Asmodee could hold on to it and not give it to Nomad. So actually we did manage to transfer a lot of that data across when we made the swap from Asmodee accounts to Nomad accounts. But like I said, if you didn't log in or play during that window, sometimes people would just get lost. And then you wouldn't be able to get your data. But if you contact our support team, which is support@nomadgames.co.uk. No. Yeah, support at Why did I go? No, because I thought that was a website. Yeah. If you email support@nomadgames.co.uk and just tell them your account details, just tell them the email that you've signed in your Nomad account with and what you used to use on Asmodee, they should be able to find you and see what they can do about getting your information back. All right. If you kill the Crypt Keeper, you search the tomb for treasure.
Well, it's not looking likely.
It's not looking like. Oh well. I was like,
could it be any worse? That crypt has been kept, and you can keep out. It has been
kept. Cold Coilet. I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that very wrongly. I'm playing this game with my friends for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Nice.
First of all. Do your best. My advice to new players is always just do your best to survive. Focus on surviving and you'll be alright.
Yeah, and go with the flow. The best Talisman games are always the ones where you just treat it as a journey, a little story, and just go through with it. And don't worry about whatever the end game target is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in fact, it was Bob Harris, the original designer, came to see us years ago, and he said that to me. He said when he was designing Talisman, he just wanted it to be a journey, really. The whole Crown of Command thing at the end was just a nice way to try and finish it off, but it was really just about creating your own little story and just going on a journey through the land, which is a great way to look at it, I think.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's a good way of doing it. Let's re-roll. I'm now a lycanthrope. I don't liken that. Yeah, hope your first game goes well.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's head to the Highlands.
Legendary Cryomancer.
It's a legendary Cryomancer. His beard is longer than mine.
Yeah, have a beard off.
I have a beard off, but I think he's going to win. Oh, mine's bushier. Hang on, let's see it on the next screen. It'll be a little bit... there we go. I think his is more substantial, but I'd say mine was more experienced.
Yeah. Like his is more stylized, but style only gets you so far. And also, I feel like he's cheating because part of it's icicles.
Yeah, he's kind of got beard extensions, doesn't he, with the ice? Whereas mine's just all natural. Oh.
Exactly.
All right, well, he's won anyway. Now I'll go and have my own little cryomancer in the corner.
I see what you did there. On the other hand, are there digital-only expansions? Yes, there are 3 digital-only expansions for Talisman. It's the Ancient Beasts, Clockwork Kingdom, and then I'm blanking on the other one. Lost Realm of Souls?
Spirit Realm.
Dead People expansion.
The Spirit Realm.
I'm pretty sure it's the Realm of Souls. Someone in chat will correct me, but I'm pretty sure it's the Realm of Souls.
Yeah, we had a massive list of potential names for that one. Yeah. I can't remember how we settled on that. But yeah, that's right.
Talisman, What Happens When You Die expansion. Realm of Souls, yep. Yeah, so there's 3 digital-only expansions, which have digital-only mechanics in them, and were designed by us here at Nomad. And we're pretty happy with them, because, like, we went to Games Workshop, asked them if we could do them, and each time they had some suggestions, didn't they? But most of the time they did come out and go, no, we're very happy if you do that, because we managed to stick with their vision of Talisman. Spirit Realm originally, I believe the Realm of Souls was a beta suggestion. That ring any bells?
Yeah, he's right. He knows.
1 point for Descendos. Right.
Yeah, I think one of the things I like about Realm of Souls is just, it just means dying isn't the end of the game. especially when I've had a game of Talisman where I died in the first round. I think
Yeah.
I drew a card which was the beetle thing that if you roll doubles you are just dead, and I drew that as my very first card and rolled doubles and was killed.
Yeah.
And it was the end of my game, so it's really nice to have an expansion to actually carry on playing once you've died.
Yeah.
Be a ghosty like that.
Cursed Glade. Because at least I might not get killed here. Yeah, I'll take a gold. I'll treat myself. Another point towards my victory. It's a really unsettling expansion.
If a bag of gold is only worth 1 gold, does that mean there's only 1 gold piece inside the bag?
Yeah.
Or does it mean that every time you pay for something that's 1 gold, you're actually paying with a bag of gold? Never thought about that before.
I prefer to think that in Talisman no one's heard of the concept of a large bag. So they only make tiny bags for individual coins.
So a bag of is a legal measure of currency.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All the city shops accept bags.
Yeah. Secretly, it's the bags that
and
are worth
Apple Pay.
anything. The gold they don't care about, it's the bags they want.
Yeah. And they don't take Apple Pay.
No, sadly not.
Unless you've got actual apples.
How coins are being absolutely phased out. There's loads of people in the UK who just don't use coins anymore, which makes sense because I can't remember the last time I went out and actually had coins with me.
Well, what if you get into a situation where there's a 50-50 decision and you haven't got any coins on you? What do you do?
Coin flip app. Technology's got me back.
Actually, or just flip your phone.
Yeah.
See which side it faces.
Yeah. Or just do a backflip, and if I succeed, it's heads. If I fall over, it's tails.
So if you land on your head, it's heads.
Yeah. If I land on my ass, then it's tails. Bag for a single coin. The leather workers are busy. They are busy. It's the most sought after profession in all of Talisman.
Yeah, we should make a Leatherworker character.
Oh, that'd be cool. Oh, you could have it so that he has I was about to say, he can every time he defeats an animal, he can take its pelt. But I was like, it's probably some animals, but that doesn't really work well.
It'd work with the ice cap elk.
Yeah, it's true.
Unless it's frozen on.
It's possible. Yeah, as long as there's nothing listed as an animal that's a bit dodgy, just take its skin off. Roll above your strength, burn one follower. Well, I don't want to burn. Cool, I didn't burn. I'm fine with that. Right. Let's put you here seeing as everyone's in the forest. And let's put you here. Cool.
We're on round 16 out of 20 already.
Yeah. Makes armor better when they kill beasts. You start the game with an eventful purse. You can discard 3 coins to prevent lost stat. I prefer much you've got 3 leather strips, and every time you go into combat, you can just throw it at people. Doesn't do anything, but you can throw them at people.
You can cause a nasty slash.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Lawmaster.
Oh, I'm going to take my full complement of spells.
Nice.
That'll be worth 2 points at the end.
It will. So what was that, round 16? We've got yeah, we're in round 16, so 3 rounds to go now.
3 points something.
3.5 rounds.
There you go. Leatherworker, you start the game with an ever full purse. You can discard 3 coins to prevent lost stat. Which will only make sense to anyone that was watching this stream.
But we're pleased to announce the new Leatherworker character. And everyone's like, why?
Yeah. Of all the things.
Yeah. Out of all
Good
the
idea.
possible things you can do, why a Leatherworker?
I think we had a designer character competition a few years ago, and one of the entries was a baker, and it was a good idea because you just think, well, why would you add a baker to the game? But then you've got a tavern maid, so really anyone who lives in this world could decide to become an adventurer. I can't remember the ideas for the special abilities, but it was things to do with making bread and sort of attacking people with rolling pins and things like that. It was good.
5 rounds remaining. Genie's absolutely destroying it.
You slipped down a place.
I have.
I'm still.
Where's the
just
genie?
true.
I'm gonna go fight the genie. That's my plan.
Genie's got really good stats, but only 1 life. Interesting.
So what I'm hearing is take down the genie.
You go and attack the genie. I'll watch.
Cool.
Fair.
What does the Lore Master even do?
You get your full complement of spells.
Cool. Get some spells. Cool.
It's me.
Kill beasts, get leather tokens, sell leather tokens at the city for $1 each. Leather tokens reduce the save required for armor rolls by 1 each. But then what's to stop you from just being like, I've got 6 pieces of leather and a piece of armor. I am now unkillable. I think that might be a little bit busted. Cool idea though. Yeah, I do like the idea of adding characters to Talisman though, just like really not what you'd expect in a fantasy game.
What else could you have?
Well, we might as well go the whole hog and have a butcher, a baker, and a candlestick maker.
Yeah, candlestick maker isn't affected by nighttime.
There you go. You can go through the what's the one in the inner region? It's like the dwarf can go through dead easily.
The crypt.
Or the mines.
Oh, the mines, yeah.
Yeah, can go through the mines dead easily. He's like, well, I've got a candle. What's the problem?
Or if you just make scented candles. They're like, repel monsters with their smell, or attract monsters with their smell.
Yeah. No, it's a good idea.
But he's also got the risk of falling asleep at home with a candle left on and then sort of burning his house down.
Yeah. So every turn you need to roll a candle die to see if you candle die. Being immune to combat damage isn't crazy strong. You also have to have an armor, which can be one off you in combat. That's true. That's very true. So someone can just choose to not take a life off you, instead take your armor. Oh, second place.
Oh. You just jumped up 2 places?
Because I got
1
3
round.
spells.
Oh yeah? Nice. Let's see if I can catch up to the Exorcist.
I want to go to the plains. Go to the Highland? Alright.
The Horseman of Death.
Oh, I think he'd kill me. Well, let's fight with craft. Come on.
Good luck. It's a roll-off. Oh,
Don't get
it's a good
6.
start. Oh. Nice.
Yeah, because if I lost then, I would have lost a life for combat, and then I would have lost a life for not having a talisman.
That's a pretty poor showing for the Horseman of Death, that, isn't it?
That is true. I was like,
he's been waiting his whole life for that opportunity, and then you come along and kill him straight away.
Yeah. I'm a gravekeeper, and I'm pretty smart, so can you go away, please? It's like, oh, all right. Right. Move that Grim Reaper.
Well, I gained no points at all on my turn then, so that was no good.
Sad. That's another point. Jesus. Just Sword City.
Oh.
She's just picked up 3 things. Well, I think the Exorcist might be doing pretty well.
I won't be catching them up.
Sky Screecher.
This is the ancient oak.
Hmm?
This is the ancient oak that's in last place just behind me at the moment, so I could do them doing badly. I don't really want to come last.
As long as you beat a tree, I feel like you've at least accomplished something.
Yeah.
Herald of Disease and Titania. I also didn't realise that Titania, despite her name containing the word Titan, is like much larger than a normal person. Because in the artwork she's surrounded by people at normal size and she's like massive. It took me like a year of working at Nomad to finally see that and go, oh yeah, she's a large woman. And that or everyone she's hanging out with are really small.
It's a shame we can't use the full images for some of these cards because you're kind of only seeing a small section of the artwork.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened there? Oh, Valkyrie died and we didn't even notice.
Shows how much we're paying attention.
Yeah. I moved up a place thanks to her death.
Yeah. I love moving up in life because of other people's deaths.
I've heard that.
For an adventure card. Let's draw this one.
Everyone gains a spell if their craft allows.
I might as well use this because then I can see if I can get a better spell. 2 more enemies are an equal distance away. I have to fight someone. If there's someone to fight, I'm assuming there is. Draw a spell. What I got? Curse the werewolf. He's ambushing me. Oh, it's Beardy.
Oh, watch out for this! Watch out for this beardy man.
Well, I've got no beard, but I do have strong rolls, so.
You've just used your dismembered hand weapon.
Yeah. It's not actually a dismembered hand. Fun fact, if you turn it upside down, it's actually a really elaborate razor. Like a really weird novelty razor.
Right, and you could use it as an ashtray, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I actually got my girlfriend recently a massive book on taxidermy because she loves taxidermy, and it's got.
She loves taxidermy.
She loves taxidermy. It's got an entire section about turning animals into various pieces of furniture. It's a whole section on like different things that they used to turn elephant feet into. So you get like elephant feet footstools. It's very weird.
Sounds grim.
But she likes it, so that's fine. Coming up to the final round. And you've got how many turns now? Loads of extra turns to take?
It was just one. I just stole time from the Exorcist.
Nice.
So I had their turn.
Right. Where they going? If I manage to somehow win this, I'll be very pleased.
It would be the best thing you've done all day.
Absolutely.
Oh, brownie. That's making me hungry. I also don't want to eat that brownie. I want to eat its namesake.
That's right. That's one of the things I miss quite a lot about working at the Nomad office. For anyone that doesn't know, Nomad, our office is based in a tiny little village called Lim, but there's a local farm that has one of those like huts they put outside, and you can go there and they do homemade brownies and you can get fresh eggs and all that sort of stuff. So every now and again when I was living in Lim, I'd be like, yeah, I'll get myself a little farm-made brownie. It was very nice. Right. What's happening?
Yeah, it was a nice little shop there.
It is a good little shop. We've got the Phantom, but not the one at the opera. A mule. I also really appreciate the centaur. How one
I like how the centaur just totally ignored the character. Yeah. Like, you're trying to shout over to it, and it's just kind of slowly walking away.
Like 1/3 of the time, he's just like, "Don't know you exist." Just ignore him. Like you know when you go into you're walking around somewhere, and you see one of those people that are obviously they got a leaflet in their hand, and they're like, "Oh, I want to tell you about this great deal that you can get on your car insurance," and you're just like, not seeing.
Well, now, what you can say now is when you walk past them, say, "Sorry, I just rolled a 3." So I'm ignoring you.
I'm in the lead.
Hang on. Gin-blooded, which is the Valkyrie resurrected, is higher up than I am, and they've just come back to life. They were dead, and they're still ahead of me.
So that's because they've started with 2 spells.
They must have started with some stuff here.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe what I should do is die in a second to last round. Come back as a character that starts with some things. Might be alright.
Yeah. So I'm going to ruin mine, which I think is my best bet because I can get some tasty gold. Or I can get lost for a turn. Nothing happens. Well, that's the end of my final round. Elephant foot umbrella stands were weirdly popular at the beginning of the last century. Yeah, it talks a lot about how it was in fashion, then really went out of fashion, and then has now started to come back in. I only know this because after I bought it, we then sat in a cafe and I didn't have anything to read, so I just sat and read the taxidermy book.
So where did people put their umbrellas before that?
I'm assuming they just threw them on the floor.
Yeah.
And then when they finally went to Africa and saw some elephants, they were like, "Oh, that's somewhere I can put my umbrella."
Yeah, this solves the problem. And the elephant's like, "Oh, you know what? Fair enough."
Yeah. I'm happy to help you with your problems.
Yeah.
Alright, so you've officially taken your final turn.
I beat a brigand, but it won't mean anything.
Yeah. Sadly not.
Let's hope this tree doesn't do very much. No, it didn't, did it?
Hope it just stays being a tree. Oh. Not 100% sure why we're picking our trophies. What's happening?
Oh, it's the Rise of the Dead, isn't
Okay,
it?
that makes sense.
Yeah.
So we've all lost a trophy, so we've all gone down a point anyway. A demigod.
And this might be the last turn.
I think this is the last turn.
Oh, hang on, there's another round.
Oh.
You're 1 point in the lead.
Alright.
Come on.
I basically just need to think,
time.
what can I do?
Hang on, you missed a turn, didn't you?
Oh.
What a time to miss a turn.
I was sat here going, alright, let's think about how I get the most points out of this turn, and then I'm just sat there doing nothing. Sad.
Well, I also did nothing. I just got lost in the crags on my last turn.
But you do get to move a Grim Reaper pointlessly. Oh. Yeah, because he's the closest one to you in terms of life, isn't he? In terms of points.
Yeah.
So now you should be even, if fate counts.
It all will be revealed.
Lives life.
Oh, it's the tree. Right. See if I can stay ahead of the tree. I was going into the dungeon. That's all right.
Immediately take an extra turn.
Oh. Coming back out.
What are you going to get?
He's got an object. See what that does to the scores. A legendary ghost.
Oh. Suleiman's command. Hey, if you're using a spell, less points. But then getting a follower, so that is points.
This is it. Shapeshifter. See if you manage to maintain your lead.
Not sure.
This could be an epic victory.
Could be. Just getting one last smacking on the worst player in the game.
Chop one of his wooden limbs off.
Yeah. Shapeshifter wins. Does that look like if he has a follower?
Now they're fighting the werewolf. He's got 4 lives. I thought he only had 1 life left.
Yeah. Alright. That's the end. Oh.
Oh, you won.
Draw.
Oh, join first.
What a joint first.
Well done.
Yeah, you somehow managed to come behind the gin-blooded. So I think, yeah, if you start with spells, it counts towards your points.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Silver Griffin, I'm also going to put you down. If anyone is lurking in the chat that wants to potentially win a key for a Talisman expansion, now is the time to scream and shout, because won't know about you otherwise. Right. So yeah, scream and shout, let it all out, and then we'll see who's lucky enough to win a Talisman key. And then we've still got half an hour if you want to play another game, Carl.
Half an hour?
Yeah.
We've got time for another game of Talisman in half an hour.
That's very true. Well, we can play a half a game.
Well, what we could do, just to see the contrast, because I always find it quite interesting, just have a game with just the base game on and nothing else.
Yeah.
Because you get so used to everything going on and you kind of forget what the base game was like. It's quite a clean experience, I think. But yeah, we'll have another game.
Cool. Let me just make a list. Alright, I think I'm going to call that the random number chooser. So I've got a list of everyone that's in the chat. So you're all numbered 1 to 9. Alright. We all ready? Good luck, everyone. See what we get.
Tense.
It's very tense. 2 tense. Alright, let's do it. The number we got is 2, which is Descendos.
Oh.
So, congrats, Descendos. You've won yourself a Talisman expansion key on Steam. So
I'm sure he's already got them all.
Yeah, I imagine he's already got them all, but if he's got a friend that he can wing a copy of a certain expansion to, more than welcome to do that. Alright, let's set up a... got some levels. Got some EXP.
Yeah, I got some good progress on some challenges on that one.
Nice. Have I got... I'll stick to my Screaming Skull. I do like Unlucky though. Why not play a base game with Ultimate Ancient Beasts?
Let's just play the base game.
Let's just play the base game.
Let's pretend it's 1983.
Yep. 1983 and the internet exists. Right. I also did notice this. I think Neil pointed this out a while ago. You can try and toggle off the base pack if you're so inclined. Actually, I only want to play with all the corners and no ways to travel between them. Thank you very much. I can turn off the base characters though.
The base game without the base characters.
Yeah.
So it'd just be the add-on characters then, wouldn't it? I guess.
And I think you can even turn those off. So it's the base game with no one.
No characters.
Yeah, you're not allowed to play with anyone.
Just some dice rolling.
Yeah. Alright, everything off. And then... yeah, so you're just expansion characters. Interesting. But yeah, I didn't realise that you could turn off the base characters.
Toads only. Like it.
Could do Toads only. Alright. And then... house rules the same? I don't think I really need to...
yeah, keep them the same, yeah.
Cool. I'm ready. Alright. What's my options? I do like how when you're choosing characters, everyone starts out as toads. I do quite like that.
I think that might have been a bug initially, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But we liked it, so we kept it.
Yeah. You can turn the rest of the characters off too if you want to completely break the game. But I suppose then you're then forced to take random? Because does random choose from all the characters that are currently available, or does random choose from... yeah, random would only choose from the ones you've enabled, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So that would break the game. Should we have someone try that after this stream, Carl? See what happens.
Yeah.
Because I didn't realise that was a thing.
I'm going to be...
Right. Jethro says you can
Dwarf.
try it, but it won't work. Okay. So does it just not let you start the game if you've set it up that way? Interesting.
Someone's already thought of that.
Yeah. That person being Jethro. But it is his job to think about talisman things, so...
Even in his sleep.
Especially in his sleep. Alright, draw an adventure card. Am I good? I think I'm good, aren't I?
You are, yeah.
Oh. Can I change my... Roll one die. Ah, okay, so I wouldn't be able to... Because it's a continuous effect, isn't it? It's not... It only cares about your alignment once. It just... As soon as you become good, you drop it as well.
You have to just litter it and leave it on the floor.
Yeah. Like, sorry, I'm too good to pick up that sword. Don't want anything to do with it. My morals are too high.
Burns.
Right. She's turned into a cool cheetah. Can she beat an ogre though?
No.
Sad. Sad.
Oh. Standoff.
Woodsman. That's another good talisman beard.
I was just going to say that's quite a healthy beard, that one, isn't it?
I feel like the ratio of beards to characters in talisman is quite strong.
Maybe a barber is another character you could have.
Like, plus attack rolls against anyone that's got a beard.
Yeah. With his razor-like sharpness.
We just have to like call him like Teeny Swad, the expert barber, who definitely can't be copyrighted.
No.
Wouldn't be a fantasy setting without beards. That's very true. I think you're like contractually obliged by the fantasy company to put beards in your game if it's a fantasy game.
Your illusionist doesn't have a beard, unless that's an illusion.
That's probably an illusion. I'm choosing to believe that it's an illusion. I'll take a maybe. That's a good question, actually. Does the 2 that the maiden adds to my craft count towards my points? I'm guessing not. I'm guessing it only counts like...
No, it's only like traded in trophy stats.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Hey, Brick. Brick's one of our regular stream viewers and always comes in with "Hey from Florida," which is always quite nice.
Just to make you feel terrible about where you live.
Yeah. That's right. I managed to feel slightly like that when it was absolutely boiling here in the UK, and because my fan was too loud for the stream, I just had to sit here and be like, can't open the windows because the cats will escape, can't put the fan on, just got to sit here and melt. But it's not so bad anymore.
It's actually quite cool today in England, isn't it?
I feel like we had our week of British summer and it's over now.
Gone now, yeah. That was it.
Been targeted.
Who's this? What? Who? Oh, is the woodsman attacking me?
Yeah.
It's another beard off. Oh, wow. Hang on.
Good.
I'm not accepting that. Oh. What are the chances of re-rolling the same?
You're going to have to accept it.
He's taken my bag with just 1 gold in it.
Yeah, I think Barber would also be a very good... We need to have a look at what ratio of characters in Talisman have beards, because that depends on how effective the Barber would be. Because it is like half. It's pretty good.
Yeah. It would be good if you could detect beards in the enemy artwork as well. So,
Yeah.
like, it gets a bonus to enemies that are wearing beards.
Yeah.
So instead of it being like a keyword, it's a image recognition thing.
Yeah. I know there's in Magic the Gathering, there's a couple of comedy sets where there's stuff that cares about the artwork.
Right.
So, like, there'll be cards that say, oh, all cards that you have where it has a character looking left gets a bonus. Oh, I win. I'll take that. I'll take that success.
I'm going to visit the Enchantress again. Come on. 5, gain strength. Nice.
I'm just looking for some good examples of cards that care about the art, because there's quite a lot of yeah, there's like cards that get bonuses based on the number of creatures that are in the artwork. So, like, if there's 4 creatures in the artwork, you'll get better stats because you're good at fighting multiple things. But only if they're in the artwork.
That's unusual.
That is weird. It's cool though. I know there's also one that gives you a bonus. You've got, I think it's like 30 seconds to get as many high fives from different people as possible. Because I played at an event where someone played that, then got up off the table, then ran around the game store, just like high-fiving as many people as they possibly could. It's quite fun.
That wouldn't have been good during COVID times.
Oh no. You immediately play that and you're like, well, I've now lost. I've now officially lost forever. Oh, I do have one of the fabled talismans. Yeah, the unset. So you got unglued, unhinged, unstabled, unsanctioned, and unfinity.
Right. Unusual.
Right, we've got an enchanter. How enchanting. Yeah.
There's a card that gives you a bonus if you're wearing jeans.
Funnily enough, there's a card in one of those comedy sets where you can't block it if you're wearing jeans. So there was an actual event where someone was playing that, and they had to ask a rules judge if, like, at what point can he take his jeans off? He's like, well, it's attacked me, but I could still block it as long as I can get my jeans off fast enough.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, you can take your jeans off fast enough.
And what if you've got jeans on underneath something else and no one can see them?
Oh, well, that's...
Under
if
jeans.
you want to cheat, that's your choice. Oh, re-rolled a 3. Sad. It's called Denim Walk, that's it, yeah. It's a card that has Denim Walk. I've lost a gold, so I'm pretty sad about that. That's a point towards victory. But yeah, I think because we've got the digital version of Talisman, I think if we did think about doing more comedy cards, might be a bit tough to do. Because it's a lot easier to do comedy when you're actually sat at a table with someone. But if there were like comedy cards right now, don't think they'd be hard to do, that's for sure. And I don't think it would really vibe with what most people look for in Talisman. There's a couple of cards that are definitely themed to be funny, right?
Can't think of any. I feel like there are. I can't remember what they are.
I think some of the pets are definitely funny. Or at least humorous. We have a jester, so...
He's a bit aggressive, this woodsman. He's aggressive, this woodsman.
He is aggressive. That's what having a beard gets you. Nothing but aggression.
I'm hoping one of my favourite Talisman moments kicks in now that I'm playing as the Dwarf. The Dwarf's got a special ability, which is that he's not affected by the maze, which is like a 1 in 106 chance of coming out, or however many cards are in the base game. And he draws it, it's just not affected by it.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because he's actually shorter, so you'd think he would struggle to find his way around in the maze.
Yeah. Unless it's one of those hedge mazes, and the hedge is low enough that he can just walk out.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That'd make absolute sense.
It must be.
Let's go here. Which card? Poltergeist.
Ooh.
Well, that's sad. Slow moving.
Well, oh yeah. You lose it over the river.
Yeah. But I have to get over the river. That's the problem. Also, if anyone hasn't already checked out all the Super Nomad sales that are happening right now, I think you've only got something like 4 hours left at this point. So one of the reasons that we're streaming is because right now, and for the next like 4 or 5 hours, the Nomad Super Sale is currently on, which means we've got discounts on Talisman, which is what we're playing right now. We've got discounts on Mystic Vale, basically everything that we've ever done. You can actually find more information about it. Let's have a look. I've put together a fancy little list of all the different discounts that we have, because there's a lot. There's a lot of different discounts. So on our website is a list of all the different discounts that you can check out. Some of the highlights include Mystic Vale, which is currently 90% off on Switch, and Talisman, which is 90% off on Switch. So if you've got a Switch and you haven't picked up either of those games, pretty much got no excuse to do so at this point. I know quite a few people picked up Talisman last time we put it on that discount, so one of the reasons why we put it on such a heavy discount again. I think it's the first time we've done Mystic Vale on that kind of discount. So, ooh, hang on. Can lose a follower or lose a life. That would put me on 1 life. Don't know how much I want to be on 1 life. Can I?
You can lose you might be able to lose your Poltergeist follower.
Oh, that's true. Oh,
Yeah.
didn't think of that. Got the smart plays. Got the absolute smart plays.
See, normally having the Poltergeist and being near the magic stream is a good thing, but you would have lost the Poltergeist on your way there across the river.
Yeah, it's true. Right, Storm Adventure card. I can defeat a shadow.
Can you?
Just get a bright enough torch. You'll be alright. Oh. Do I re-roll?
Re-roll.
Yeah, let's re-roll. Cool. Plus, that's 1 extra point.
Must be quite hard to kill a shadow, because it's just like just a dark shape on the floor.
You just open the blinds.
Yeah. Blind attack.
Right.
The Orb of Knowledge.
Yeah.
Like
So, if anyone hasn't checked out the Nomad Games Super Sale yet, do it because it's not going to last for much longer. Oh, a maze. You need to travel.
I need to
there
go
just
and not
so
be
you can
affected
get-
by
yeah.
that.
You don't get any
Need to go
benefit,
over
you're
there.
just not affected.
Yeah, I'm going over there to be unaffected by it.
Yeah. Right. This woodsman is going pretty aggressive, isn't he?
It is, isn't it?
Because he's got armor.
It's a good
and-
job he wasn't in that last game against the ancient oak. He'd have been trying to chop it down.
Oh yeah. It's very true. How much stuff has everyone else got? Okay, people have got a decent amount of stuff. Feeling confident in my amount of stuff though. I feel like my amount of stuff beats other people's amounts of stuff. That's my hot take.
At a glance, you have got stuff. Yeah.
But other people also have stuff.
No. The witch hunter is accusing someone. Accusing you.
I've been accused. To be fair, witch hunters accusing women who dabble in illusions is probably pretty historically accurate.
Yeah, or women who are good at maths.
Yeah. Or just women. Just women in general. Right. So I can travel to a goblin. Yeah, I'll smack a goblin. I'll smack a goblin.
Will you? There's not much in it.
I'll have a standoff with a goblin, that's fine. Ooh.
It's one of your abilities.
Oh, is it? If your attack roll is lower than your craft value, your opponent cannot add their attack roll to their attack score. Cool. Well, I'm happy that that happened.
It was a nice surprise.
Yeah. It's like, turns out if you know what the characters do, you don't get surprised as much. But where's the fun in that?
I'm going to go and attack the witch hunter, see how he likes it.
Yeah, taste of his own medicine. Again, another beard off.
Yeah, oh, mine's definitely better this time. Also, I'm going to glug on this thing first.
Nice. Just cover your beard in strength oil. Right.
Oh.
Oof. 2. But you do have a lot of faith. Oh.
I've got to re-roll that.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
No, still win.
lucky.
But you
I was
take
lucky. Right, I'm going to take that rune sword. Mine.
Success. Shaman's missing a turn. Making himself a raft. What are you doing, Mr. Assassin?
So, thought he was going to attack the woodsman.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Getting a tasty craft.
It does feel different with just the base game, doesn't it? It feels like it moves quite quicker.
Oh yeah. Like the fact that we're nearly at round 10 already, whereas in the last one, just so much stuff going on. Good.
Yeah, you just got dragon breathed.
Did. Right. It is my turn. Whew. The Mystic. Is the Mystic based on anyone that I know?
No, but he also has a luxurious beard.
He does.
Yeah, but no, he's not based on a real person. Oh, he's ignored.
Fine then. He's like, excuse me, you don't have a beard, so I'm not interested. It only provides services to the bearded.
I best make my way there. Oh, look at that. Lovely belt. Until
Nice.
I'd found this belt, my trousers were falling down.
I've unlocked the strength of my trousers not falling down.
There's a strength still sat there on that magic stream if anybody wants it.
Oh yeah, completely missed that. It's rafting into the desert. Oh yeah, you can go diagonally when you're using the raft, can't you?
Yeah, it's the spaces that are kind of connected to it, which is easier to see on the physical board because there has some faint lines that show you the boundaries of the spaces.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if you zoom in, you can just about see it.
Woodsman's doing well.
He is doing well. I'm ready for the round report. Oh yeah, you can see there is a slight difference between the spaces. Never noticed that before. Never ever noticed, and I've put hundreds of hours into this game.
But you've not put 9,696 hours though, have you?
That's true. That's very true.
Actually, let me see what mine is on. I don't know. I've not checked mine for a while. How many hours have I played Talisman? Let's have a look. 1,847.
Amateur numbers.
Yeah.
Not even a third of that. Not even a third.
Yeah, it's fair enough. Must try harder. I'll leave it running.
Yeah. Just leave it running for a year, you'll be fine.
Ooh. Nice, and I get a life because of my rune sword.
Nice. Now what you needed to do was, when lockdown started and we all went home to work from home, just like after a year of working from home, gone, oh, I left my computer running in the office and Talisman's up. That would have done it.
Yeah. Reminds me of, did you ever used to watch Red Dwarf?
I caught 1 or 2 episodes, but it was a bit before my time.
Oh. So one of the main characters in it gets put into stasis for like 1,000 years or something, I can't remember. Anyway, he accidentally leaves his tap on in his bathroom before that happens. Ends up causing some kind of global catastrophe of running out of water or something because he was just in stasis for 8,000 years.
Amazing.
Funny. Which is, we are running out of water, so it's coming true.
I don't think I've told you actually, the very first time my name was actually published in association with like a news article or anything like that was in my very first job where there was a news article about one of the builders that worked for our company had... Oh, you're in first? Drawing with the woodsman?
Oh. Nice.
One of the builders that worked for our company had gone to do a job that was inside someone's house, and then they'd left the tap on. So the floor ended up falling through.
Oh.
All because this builder left the tap on. So this person was obviously pretty annoyed, and they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to the local papers about this." So I had to write my very first time. I had to write something that appeared in like a newspaper. I had to explain how someone had left the tap on.
Did you have to come up with a terrible tap or water related pun for the
I
headline?
didn't, because my boss was like, "This is quite serious, so please respond like respectfully." Couldn't be like, "Oh, we're going to tap into some new potential with our employees."
It's a catastrophe.
Like, "I'm sorry, we're very sorry. Please understand, we're very sorry." That's what I had to do.
So the moral of the story: you always switch the tap off.
You do. Always switch the tap off. Can't even remember how we got onto that topic. Can't even remember.
Nonsense led us to it.
Just chatting absolute nonsense. Right.
My goal now is to try and land where the maze is, just so I can be unaffected by it.
Yeah, it's a good goal.
Otherwise, otherwise, I've got a list of special abilities as the dwarf that are useless if I don't use them. So I should go and use it.
Yeah. God, what else can the dwarf actually do? He's very location-based, is the dwarf. It's like, if he's not on a specific type of place, he's just, I'm just an ordinary bloke.
I know. He is one of the best characters for winning the game quickly. Though, which is good. He'll dwarf rush.
Yeah.
Because he can get through the portal of power so quickly.
Right, let's have a look.
No, being attacked.
I think so.
Witch Hunter's accusing you again.
Well, I'm going to accuse him of being dead. See if he likes it.
I think he's got the upper hand here, especially as he's carrying a gun.
That's true. That's very true. Alright, I'm going to reroll. Oh, yes. At least it's a standoff and I'm not getting smacked in the face. Alright. Can I do anything exciting? Another chapel. That's kind of exciting. Fight a ghost. Lose to a ghost.
Oof.
Oh no, because my ability, isn't it? I always forget.
A low roll is good for you.
Let's heal lives. Let's trade. Actually, I'm going to keep my trophies because it's worth more points. But I did complete a challenge.
Oh, look.
Get some challenge points. And...
Look at that. So, it says, you are unaffected by the maze. Excellent.
Right. Well, seeing as it is officially 3 o'clock and you've achieved your dreams, I think that's probably where we're going to finish the stream for the day.
All right.
Yeah, but thanks everyone for tuning in, as always. DeSantos never replied, so I'm going to send him a private message on Twitch and just go, what do you want, mate? Tell me what you want. But yeah, thank you everyone massively for tuning in. Thanks for all your cool questions as well. Massively appreciate it. And don't forget, as always, to follow us on all the socials, which includes, put links in the chat, for our Twitter, our Facebook, and our website, which is where we post all our big announcements. But it's probably easiest to follow us on Twitter, because we post everything on there as well. And only old people use Facebook, or so I've heard. Also, the best place to go is our Discord, because that's where all the coolest people hang out and discuss all our games. They post memes, organise events, and loads of our dev team are on there as well, because it's a great place to just hang out, chat, ask questions. If you're unsure about any game that's currently discounted in our library, it's a really good place to go and ask other players what they think. I'm fighting the woodsman. He's interrupting my end of stream spiel. But yeah, thanks everyone massively for tuning in. Thanks Carl for joining me. Massively appreciate it.
You're welcome. Enjoyed it. It's good.
And yeah, we'll do another stream. We'll be back to our regularly scheduled programming next week. So we'll be streaming on Thursday. But if you join our Discord, you'll get notified when we go live. So that's a good reason to join our Discord. And yeah, thanks very much, everybody. See you all.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Let me go on to